Shri Guru Charitra, Chapter 3. Reasons behind Shri Hari's incarnations. This chapter describes how Lord Shri Hari, in order to save his devotee King Ambarisha from the wrath of sage Durvasa, draws upon himself the curse which Durvasa intended to pronounce against Ambarisha. As a result of Durvasa's curse, Shri Hari had to take repeated incarnations on earth, which in a way was the greatest blessing to the world. Namdharak prayed to Siddha Yogi to accept him as his disciple. He pleaded, "Pray, enlighten me more and fully on Guru Leelas. Also, let me know about your way of life, what type of food you take, etc." The Siddha Yogi said, "Unceasing remembrance of Gurunath's glory, chanting of his name, and reading and rereading or Parayana of Guru Charitra, which recounts the Leelas of Gurunath, are my sole sustenance and very way of life." He showed him the bundle of palm leaves, which was the record of the Guru Leelas, which he always carried with him, and which was his priceless treasure. He further said, Guru Charitra is a panacea for all the ills of the world, and reading it or listening to its narration will relieve men of all their mundane worries and would endow on them enduring peace, happiness, and spiritual enlightenment. It is like Kamadhenu, or the celestial cow, and the Kalpavriksha, or the celestial tree, and will fulfill all human desires and aspirations. Speaking thus, Siddha Yogi led Namdharak to the holy Ashwatha tree on the banks of the Bhima Amaraja Sangam. Siddha Yogi seated himself at the foot of the tree and asked Namdharak also to be seated in front of him. Namdharak pleaded with Siddha Yogi to narrate the Guru Charitra and said, "One great doubt troubles me much, and you must first clear it for me. Why should the one who is beyond all gunas and qualities, who is formless, take form at all, and especially the human form, and come down to earth? I am unable to reason out and understand why, while men strive all their lives to conquer and transcend their gunas and take the severest penances with the sole objective of getting freedom from the thraldom of the body and to merge in the formless God himself assumes human form and incarnates on earth. What was the reason for Nirguna to become Saguna? Please make it clear to me." The Siddha Yogi then began to narrate as follows. Whenever earth is overpowered by evil and the gentle and pious folks are harassed and troubled by asuras, that is, by the demonic natured people, and whatever righteousness is on the decline, God incarnates on earth to restore dharma, to punish the wicked and to reform them, and to protect the pious and the good. The devotees especially will be ever protected by God. God brooks no harm to be done to his ardent and faithful devotees by anyone or being. Let me tell you the anecdote of Ambarisha, which will explain to you clearly the mystery of the avatars. King Ambarisha was a very righteous ruler and was also a great devotee of Lord Shri Hari. He was a scrupulous follower of all Shastric injunctions. Once, after observing the Ekadasi fast, on the following morning he was about to break his fast. Just at that time, sage Durvasa arrived. The king offered his obeisance to the sage and prayed that he should accept his hospitality. The sage agreed and went to bathe in the river, telling that he would return soon. But hours passed by and yet the sage did not return. It was nearing midday and the Dwadasi hours were passing away. Unless Ambarisha broke the fast before the Dwadasi hours passed away, the fruits of the Ekadasi fast would be lost forever. Consulting his priest, he sipped a little water, taking the Lord's name. The fast was thereby symbolically broken, yet without actually any food being taken. The sage returned after midday. He was furious that the king had taken something, though it be just water, without having offered him any food. In his fury, he was about to curse the king. Just at this juncture, as Ambarisha was all the time praying and was totally absorbed in the thought of Lord Shri Hari, the latter appeared and told Durvasa that he might curse him, that is Shri Hari, instead of cursing Ambarisha, his devotee. Durvasa foresaw how immensely the curse was going to benefit the world and pronounced the curse upon Shri Hari that he would have to born again and again in the world, beginning with the life of a fish and further in one of the avatars, that he would have no steady place to live in and would be continuously wandering and be forever on the move from place to place. thus indicating the Dattavatara too. The curse of Durvasa thus became a blessing to the world. The Lord had to take incarnations on earth. Besides the 10 principal incarnations, he took many other incarnations, which are all described in Srimad Bhagavad Gita. One of the most glorious incarnations was that of Shri Dattatreya. Thus ends the third chapter of Shri Guru Charitra, describing sage Durvasa's curse on Sri Hari, which had led to the Lord's incarnations on earth. Glory to the all-merciful, the omnipresent, and the ever-responsive Gurunath.